Rice are full of carbs, rich in carbs, which basically you don't, as a human, you don't need exogenous of carbs. The reason is, whenever you eat exogenous of carbs, it can like cause spike blood glucose, which basically above the homeostatic set point of blood glucose, which basically can cause glycation. And what is glycation is literally, it can, the glycation in your blood, which basically it happens in your blood, which it can bind the protein, which basically can reduce the elastin in your skin and make you aging more faster. So if you care about your looks, care about your looks in the future, and you don't want to look older, easily get older, like your skin started to saggy or whatever it is, don't consume a lot of carbs because they can cause glycation. And also, rice are the root of the rice. You imagine this, the rice and the root of the rice, they absorb everything. The root of the rice is just like so deep and widespread, and they absorb everything at the same time, which including heavy metals. And rice is full of arsenic, which are heavy metals, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and etc. Which basically it can cause some metabolic, can cause like negative health in your metabolic state. Which basically, the thing is, seafood are known has a lot of like heavy metals such as like mercury, right? Same thing with the rice. But the thing is, rice is more toxic, more heavy metals than seafood. Can you imagine that? Literally, if you consume a lot of rice, especially like Asian people, you you just like, bro, you just like consume a lot of like heavy metals, which basically you need a lot of taurine in your diet, which basically, because taurine are used to detoxify heavy metals, which basically, which are the type of foods that are rich in taurine, which are red meats. And if you like consume a lot of like rice full of toxic anti-nutrients such as like phytic acids, which basically can interfere your absorption of minerals such as like zinc and iron. Rice has a phytic acids, which basically an anti-nutrients, has a heavy metals, arsenics especially, and also have a rich exogenous of carbs, which basically can cause glycation, which basically make you aging faster. So there's no point of eating too much too much. The thing is, you don't need eating any at all of rice or carbs, including carbs too. It is because, yeah, your brain still the need the glucose, your muscle need the glucose. Yeah, I understand that. But you don't need to consume any carbs at all because the glucogenesis process will taking care of that. And also the other waste product that created by our body, such as like the excess of backbone triglyceride, will make a a glucose for you, which roughly around like a teaspoon, a tea, a teaspoon size. Sorry, guys. Which roughly around a teaspoon size, which basically around like 4 grams of glucose for your entire body, which any given moment they can give it to you. You don't need to consume any single carbs at all. But if you are still developing, you still like adolescent, you still like teenage, you want to grow taller as possible, then have a slightly little bit of to moderate of carbs is still fine, but not exogenous of carbs. And this important that the source of carbs should be come from raw dairy, such as like raw yogurt, raw kefir, raw milk, raw cheese, and so on. Specifically, your carbs intakes comes from the raw dairy. If you are still in teenage and you are still developing, right? But if you're already like, you know, you're already adults, you no need to having a carbs at all. But if you want to enjoy some dairy, some raw dairy, of course you can, but there's no point of eating any carbs if you're already adult, if you're already finished develop. And yeah, which basically at the same time, rice has a fiber, which basically a lot of people say fiber was a good thing for your health, whatever the reason is. The thing is, fiber is not a nutrient. We cannot digest fiber. Literally, we are not a ruminant animals. We are not ruminant. We don't have the four chamber of digestive system same like cow, because they can ferment the fiber, which turn into a saturated fat, and also after the end of it they turn the waste product into a protein, which basically our natural diet, which are we eating meats and rich in high fat animal meats, which are fats from animals and protein from animals, which are rich in saturated fats and also rich in protein. And the cow also the same thing. When they are eating their natural diet, which are grass, a fresh grass, which they can ferment the fiber. They can do the fermentation because the cow has a four chamber of digestive system. The ruminant animals, they can ferment the fiber, turn into a saturated fat and also protein. Same thing as like humans and other like monogastric animals. So fiber is not essential, which basically fiber is just like anti-nutrients because it has like 30% enzymatic blockage rate of nutrient absorption. It has like, I repeat, it has like 30% of enzymatic blockage rates of nutrient absorption, which basically just block the nutrient absorption. And also we have a best clinical study. It's not scientific, it's not like cause and effect, but still it's a good study, which are, even though yeah whatever, but we have a best clinical study that the participant who are removing fiber in the diet, all the participants, all of them cure their digestive issue, even though it's not scientifically proven, but you can see that all the participants have cured the digestive system, which are like bloated, constipation, bloody stool, gas, whatever it is, right? They cure all of them after they're removing the fiber in the diet. So basically, rice are not optimal for human health. If you care about your looks, you don't want to look saggy in the future, you want to look youthful, you don't want to look aging faster, and also you want to optimally become healthy, doesn't have a too much heavy metals in your body, in your diet, whatever it is. Rice is not optimal and you should not consume it at all. There's no point at all, literally. I mean, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace. If you want to optimally being healthy and you want to look good, you want to look attractive, just The key is literally your health, and this like including your diet too. Either it's like you're carrying your sleep, you're carrying to get the sun, you're carrying your environment, but the thing is including diet too can make you more attractive and optimally healthy. So link in the description below where I has a course, online course, all my knowledge about the optimal diet that can make you more attractive, look better, and also like have an optimal health. Link in the description below.